Well, welcome back to Skies of Arcadia Legends. Today, we need to continue exploring this town. As Drachma has so cruelly abandoned us, yet again. He has a tendency to do that, apparently. But let's see if we can find a ship in this town. And while we're here, there is also one more Cham and one more moonfish to get. We already got one of the moonfish in this town. There's also quite a bit to see. This is nowhere near as big as some of the other places that we'll go to in the game, but it is still a pretty big place. So there's a good amount to see here. So we can get Vice a Nazir Cutlass. We can also get the Nazirian Mail, the Ceramic Armor, and the Agile Robe, which increases the wearer's hit and dodge, which is pretty cool. So the Nazirian Mail looks like it's probably just going to be pretty good for Aika. It also defends against red magic. So honestly, it probably isn't a bad idea to just get that for everyone, considering where we currently are. I am going to go ahead and just get the Agile Robe for Fina, though, because I like Fina quick. So we can get the Nomadic Veil, which increases magic defense and defense. We can also get the Sandstorm Ring, which increases attack and will, which is pretty neat, but I think I'm fine with those. I will go ahead and get the Cutlass for Vice, though, just because it's always a good plan to get Vice new weapons. I can go ahead and sell all this stuff if I need to, but it's not really that big of a deal. Well, what do you have to say? 10 years ago, when my father was still with us and running this store, a war broke out with Valua. To keep them from being destroyed in the war, my father hid our merchandise and our family treasures in the city sewers. But the sewer system's complicated. My father went back to retrieve our things after the war. He couldn't remember where everything was hidden. After searching for weeks, he gave up. Wonder if it's still down there. Yeah, so there is an underground section to this city, which has a good number of treasures to it. We will be exploring that today, because I want those treasures. Speaking of which, there's a treasure on top of this house. We will get to that in a minute. We also have this lady. You're a sailor, huh? I can tell by your smell. Sailors are nothing but trouble. I had a daughter. She fell in love with a sailor who drifted into town one day. Next thing I knew, she ran off with this good-for-nothing and left me here to run the shop by myself. Not heard from her since. She's probably lying dead in the gutter somewhere right now. Alright, lady. Well, we'll be back to deal with Cabal's Skewer lady much later in the game. We actually have a full side quest that involves her, weirdly enough. We have this guy who's just kind of rocking out. This is the place to fill your pockets with all that you wish. Sure. What do you have to sell, Vala? Got some Sacris crystals, that's not bad. Glyph of Might. Developed by DeLoco's researchers, increases power of one ally. So yeah, here we can just buy buffing items that were developed by DeLoco's researchers, which honestly aren't bad to have. I can get Regenerate by using skills, and I can get Quick and increase power by using magic. But you can also just use an item to do it if you only need to apply it to, like, 1 or 2 people. So it's honestly not a bad idea to just have a couple of these on hand. Some magic droplets. We actually have a good amount from that. Some Sacris crystals. I think I am going to pick up 4 more of those. I'm starting to run a little low on money, but I also have a bunch of stuff I can sell if I need to. That seems very poor for your health. Okay, you do that, friend. Let's see, we've got one more building. Okay, got another building over here with nothing in it. And we have this dilapidated house over here that you could kind of see that there was a connection to the bottom there. We also have a well here, but we can't really do much with it right now. And the inn up here, we do want to go into, but we're not going to stay here yet. You can kind of hear Cupel rummaging about, and that is because there is a Cham up top. There it is. Cool. There's also an item up here. Got some more magic droplets. Nice. And if we look, we will see that there is a moonfish up there, but we can't actually get to him as we are. So let's head back down. Don't really need to spend the night. Yeah, that's the other reason why yesterday I was not particularly worried about taking damage to my ship, because Drachmon's just going to take it anyway. Who cares if I damage the ship? He's just going to take it and run. We've also got this building in here, but we can't really do much from this side if I remember. Yeah, it's kind of just blocked off. So, in order to really properly explore this town, we have to go and rent one of these guys. And by rent, I mean borrow a Dabu, because it is completely free to do this. They do not charge you at all, even though I feel like they probably should, because this is completely necessary in order to traverse the town. So they would make a killing if they required that you purchase a Dabu. Let's see, there's nothing actually up here to find. That's just kind of a red herring. Nothing over there to do either. Can go around and talk to this guy. But what I really want to do is come around here. Important to note... Oh, weird. I was gonna say, I don't think I can go into first person and find, like, moonfish while I have the Dabu active. But it looks like I can. Not that it really matters, because you grab it from over here anyway, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. There you are. Come here. There we go. So now we have the Cham and both of the moonfish from this area. Got a Slipara box. Alright, cool. I think Slipara does sleep on all opponents, I'm pretty sure. Or it has a chance to put all opponents to sleep, I should say. What do you have to say, friendo? Talk to me. The Elder. Very buff Elder. Welcome to the desert. Stay a moment. Listen to what I have to say. Okay. Spent more than half my lifetime at war with Valua. The Nazultan, our king, charged me with leading his fleet and attacking the mainland. But those yellow-bellied Valuans hid behind their grand fortress and refused to come out. That's why I'm working out, so one day I can break through the gates of the grand fortress myself. I don't think that's how that works, but sure, if you want to just work your way until you can one-punch man your way through that place, by all means, feel free. I'm going to take your Nazir combat mail, though. Alright. I have so much armor. Okay, cool. It is slight reduction in attack, or slight reduction in defense and magic over what I currently have, but it also increases my will and attack by a little bit, which is pretty cool. So the real difference there would be if I gave that to Aika, her attack and will would go up a little bit, but she would no longer be defended against red magic. Which is kind of a toss-up. I think overall, this will be better. Like, being strong against red magic while we are in the desert is probably a good idea, but overall, not that big of a deal. Like, yes, we are in the area under the red moon, but weirdly enough, we're not actually going to encounter that many things that use a whole lot of red-based magic. And even the things that do, just having that reduction in red-based damage isn't going to make that big of a deal, honestly. Alright, well, we have one more stop that we can really go through here. outside of just getting off of this guy entirely. So let's come around and grab the last treasure. 300 gold. Nice. Alright. Hop back on the Dabu here. And let's get off of the Dabu so we can finish exploring this town. Yeah, now that I'm remembering how big this place actually is, I'm really glad that I didn't try and put this into last episode as well. I know last episode we didn't do a whole heck of a lot, we mostly just found discoveries and fought a chip. But this place is big enough to kind of warrant its own episode. Alright, so let us explore the underground here. I would really prefer if the camera would work with me. There we go. So this place has a series of gates, and switching one set of gates will change. If I press a switch, then this gate will open, but other gates will close, is basically how that works. So every switch you hit will cause some gates to open and some gates to close. Now, before I really mess with those gates, though, I'm just going to pop up here, so I can grab this treasure from the dilapidated house, which is a moonberry. Nice. Okay. So I still can't... I will still need another moonberry to do anything for Vice or Aika, but I can get a new move for Fina, which is her only attacking... Well, actually, no, that's not true. She has one other attacking super move. But this is going to be, like, her primary attacking super move until she gets the other one. In which she can attack a single opponent and maybe turn them into stone. Which, honestly, I'm probably not going to use this move a whole heck of a lot, but it's probably worth getting. It's typically going to be stronger than just using her regular attack, I should say. So, and much like with Cutlass Fury or anything else, it does give me a move that is guaranteed to hit, which against things like loopers is pretty useful. Alright, so I can't do anything there. Let's keep looking here. So I need to head down this way. Alright. Now, can I actually go anywhere that is currently open? Okay, so I can hit this switch. And that will switch up what gates are open and which gates are closed. So that has cut off that way. Okay. Okay. Well, let's try going this way. Here we go. And yep. So this is still fully open, so I can go and grab this treasure. Excavation arm. A piece of equipment for Drachma, who currently isn't in the party. Thanks, game. I think... Oh yeah, there is one more treasure to get here as well. So if I push this switch, we'll close that gate. Oh, yeah. So I can't actually get over there from here unless... Yeah, I think this will work? No, not quite. Okay. Yeah, this one is always a little bit trickier to get to. So I can open that back up. And down this way. I open you back up. Then that blocks off that treasure. But if I... Oh, okay. So I need to hit that switch. And then go up. Got it. Which I believe I can do... Okay. So, in order to get to that switch, I actually have to press some other switches first. Got it. Alright, so I am kind of back in the entrance here. So I could just leave if I wanted to, but I want to get that treasure. So let's press U. Oh, there we go. Cool. And that gets me a Gem of Fluidity. Cool. So that is a second Gem of Fluidity, which, again, does slight defense increases, I'm pretty sure, but its main function is it prevents stone entirely, which is very, very useful. So let's climb on up here. And actually, I think I should go ahead and just equip that Gem of Fluidity. The Warrior Rune kind of sucks to get rid of. So does the Slayer Ring, honestly. But I do think having that is actually going to be very useful. So I do remember that there are a couple of... I think there's an enemy here that can cast stone. And I know the Stone Beaks can also cast stone. So, want to avoid getting stone from them. This is Khalifa, the Seer of the Red Moon. Okay. Travelers from across the skies come to me, seeking knowledge and wisdom of the moons. There's no future I do not know, no path I cannot see. Hark my words, heed them in your journey. Sure. Haha. The Red Moon has spoken. To the east of here, there lies a temple. Yes. Got it. Alright. So you can kind of come and just talk to her if you forget what you're supposed to be doing. But right now, we still just need to get a ship. First time I saw her, I knew I was in love. Come here every day just to watch her dance. Sure, bud. Hey, blow off, can't you see I'm trying to watch a show here? What, you need a ship? Sorry, kid. I got plans of my own. See Belena over there? I'm gonna ask her to sail with me tonight. Go find a different ship. Yeah, right now the only thing we have to go on is that there's a new dancer here. You want to see the new dancer too? Belena's dancing is Maramba's newest star attraction. You definitely don't want to leave without seeing her. Can I talk to you? I don't think you've seen you around here before. If you come to rest your weary feet, you come to the right place. Make yourself comfortable. Stay a while. Sure. It's been a while since we've had some time to relax. Stay as long as you like. Sit down, sit down. Alright, fine. I guess they sit on the ground in this year. Feels good to finally sit. Well, we shouldn't rest too long. We gotta go look for a ship. Wonder if we can find one. Maybe we should try the docks. Can't believe that Captain Drachma just left us here. Sure he has reasons to leave, but I wish he said something sooner. Didn't have to just leave us in the desert, right, Vice? Vice? I think I found the thumbnail. Angry Aika. Have you heard a single word I've said? Yeah, I'm listening. You're talking about the desert? You're acting like you've never seen a girl before. If you could pry your eyes away from that dancer for a few seconds. Okay, I'll stop staring. And that's the correct answer. The correct answer is admitting your mistakes. She's just a good dancer. I didn't want to insult her by looking away. New lands, new customs, you know? What kind of excuse are that? You're undressing her with your eyes. Not that it would take that long. You're not zooming in, are you? Sorry, I'm sorry. Don't you think she's looked over here a few times? I think she likes me. Yeah, right. Fina, will you try and talk some sense into him? Do you find it that hard to believe? Vice is very attractive. I don't think it would be strange at all if that dancer was looking at him. You're kidding, right? Vice wouldn't want someone like her. I mean, who knows where she's been? So, do you travel a lot? So tell me something. You wouldn't happen to be the group of fair parts that escaped from the Grand Fortress, would you? How'd you know about that? Well, if you hang out in places like this, you overhear gossip of all kinds. You even hear stories about air pirates who need a ship. If you want, I can give you a lift. What do you say? Really? That'd help a lot. Why would you help us, though? You don't even know who we are. Well, let's just say that anyone who can escape from the Grand Fortress interests me. Aika just giving her death glares throughout all of this. My name is Belena. I'll be making preparations. Meet me at the port first thing in the morning. See you around, handsome. Aika continuing to give her death glares. Alright, well, we made a new friend who will give us a lift, so that's pretty sweet. Let's get back on this guy and go to the inn. Actually, do I even need to go to the inn? No. No, I don't. Let's just go to the port then. Actually, no. I do have to stay at the inn. I have to stay at the inn in order to trigger her being at the port. That's right. So we'll just walk slowly across the desert. And go slide in over here. Wrap back around. And head off to the inn. Was there anything? No, there's nothing at the well. Alright. Hello? I would like a room so it can be morning. Welcome. Oh yeah, Belena mentioned you'd be coming. Your room's ready. Cool. Ever since Belena started dancing in Maramba, more and more tourists have been coming. Business has increased threefold. Since you're a friend of Belena's, I'll give you a special rate on the room. It's free. Sleep well. Cool. We even get a free rest. And there's Drachma. Starting to have second thoughts about ditching us. Should I have left those kids? What am I worrying about? Someone else will take care of them. You were just kind of the first person we literally ran into on our journey, so that's kind of the only reason that we were with you to begin with. That and you've got a harpoon cannon, which is pretty sweet. I don't think we see another ship in the game that has one. Actually, no. No, we do find one other ship that has one. Which is kind of interesting considering there is apparently just a dude in Flua who's just selling them like hotcakes. And his business is booming, which tells me that apparently a whole bunch of people have been buying these things. But we don't see them. Oh, whatever. Alright. Well, we can head back out to the docks. Now, we did also hear that there were another black pirate group hanging out in Maramba, but we can't actually encounter them yet. The game is a little nice because that fight is very, very difficult even when you are prepared for it, and with our current setup, we are not prepared for it. But let's just go talk to Belena.
Hey, handsome.
Morning. Trust you slept well.
Uh-huh.
Best night's sleep I've had in a long time. Didn't have to be next to an engine. So let's go explore the desert. Only those who have walked through the desert can truly know its size. That's a saying we have here in Nazur. It's too difficult to cross the desert on foot. Mere half a day's walk can be deadly. You have to have a ship. Well, we already know where we're going. We've already found the place. It's not a big ship, but it's very reliable. Belena, why are you going out of your way to give us a ride? Don't even know us.
Well.
You're not very grateful, are you? If you're dying of thirst and someone offered you water, you'd probably ask where it came from first. What? so much angry Aika faces today. Fine, I'll tell you if you must know. My father was a soldier. He was a poor man, sometimes a little short-tempered, but he was a good man and a good father. We struggled to get by. My father was barely able to support us. We had nothing to rely on but each other, but we were happy. Until 20 years ago. 20 years ago, the war were declared, and my father was killed in battle. When he died, we had nothing. No food, no one to support us, no one to raise us. We had to live on the streets. Some say you can't die from a broken heart, but they're wrong. My mother died shortly after my father. I was all alone, and I was scared. I had to fend for myself on the streets. That's how I ended up living like this. Ever since then, I've hated war. Hundreds of people die, hundreds more families have to go through what I went through. That is why I'm letting you use my ship. Well, we'll do it! I'm sorry for what I said earlier, Belena. I lost my parents when I was young too, so I know what you went through. Oh, it's quite alright, as long as you understand and don't take my generosity for granted. Alright, everyone on board, the Temple of Perrin, how do you know that's where we're going? Is in the desert. I don't think we ever mentioned that, but sure. Alright, well we just need to head back to the Temple of Perrin, which we've already been to before. So let's just hurry along there. Luckily, we also cannot get into ship battles while on this ship, which is good, because we kind of don't have cannons. And we also only have 3 party members, because Drachma keeps leaving us. Lena does not join your party, and we're back on tiny, tiny ship land again. Well, luckily, since we have at least 2 people with us this time, we can go ahead and Alpha Storm our way through this place. Not that it's quite enough to take these guys out, but it'll at least do something. I do want to take out the Asbest. They can be pretty nasty. They have a tendency to use insta-kill magic, which, it's not fun. Don't want to deal with it. Rather just take them out as quick as possible. Okay. We'll attack the Stone Beaks. And the Stone Beaks, as their name might suggest, have a tendency to cast stone on people, which also kind of sucks. Drillin'! Okay. So that is yellow magic, and it is debuffing magic. Whereas Increm increases your attack and defense, Drillum decreases your attack and defense. Likewise, there is... Oh, Fatigue Breath. Interesting, they do Fatigue instead of Stone. I remember them doing Stone. Well, as you might expect from something called Fatigue Breath, it causes fatigue, and what Fatigue does is it prevents you from... it halves the amount of spirit that you gain, or that character gains per turn. So now, since Aika only gains 1 per turn anyway, she now gains 0 per turn. And this guy's gonna call allies. Great. Well, luckily it's just another Durell Beetle, which... Oh well. So yeah, now instead of gaining 4 spirit per turn, I only gain 3. Which is just fantastic. You're going to Fatigue Breath her, which is going to cast Fatigue on her, so now I will only gain 2 per turn, which, again, is just fantastic. Alright, well, you attack the Durell Beetle. This should be enough to do... Yeah, okay. So between my other 2 attacks, I should be able to finish these guys off. Fina did take a lot of damage there because she is very low level compared to everyone else. Dude, all I want to do is get to the temple. Quit calling in allies. I'm just trying to get to the temple, man. Quit it. Alright, fine. Attack, and Lunar Glyph. Sure. I doubt you'll even get an attack in, but Might as well. Nope, not even gonna get the attack in.
That wasn't so bad.
Alright. Yeah, that was a lot closer than it should have been. Because unfortunately, I don't do enough damage to take people out. Again, max spirit's going up, but no, spirit itself. Really like spirit itself to go up. I should probably switch Vice back over to green. Oh, cool, I'm Vice the Respected now. No, I'll keep it on silver, I guess. Yeah, and you can stay on yellow. And you can stay on purple. Okay, yeah, I guess everyone's kind of fine where they are. I am going to go ahead and use a Sacred Crystal, though. She doesn't have a whole lot of HP to work with to begin with, and I just kind of want to keep her perked up. Can I get to the temple without getting into another encounter? Yes, thank you. Alright, the Temple of Perrin. I know this is a long episode, but kinda just wanted to get to the temple.
Wow.
So this is the Temple of Perrin. It's huge. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. People of the old world were able to build this in this heat. It's built on sand, too. Deep within the temple lies the red crystal, but be careful, according to Sylvite lore, it's guarded by hordes of creatures. Well, let's get going. Belena, what are you gonna do? I'll be waiting out here. I won't be able to fight you Huff monsters in this outfit. Well, that might be a little rough in there for a beautiful woman like yourself.
Hey.
Oh, really? Well, then what about me and Fina? Just what are you trying to say? Come on, Fina, let's leave Macho Man behind and get the crystal ourselves. It might be kind of fun. We'd probably get it faster without him. Oof. Wait a minute, I didn't mean... You three really are such good friends. Well, I'm sure a beautiful woman like yourself has got herself a much, much better guy than Mr. Foot in his mouth. Not at the moment. Well, there's someone I'm in love with, but he'd never even give me a second look. But I don't want to talk about that right now. You guys should probably get going. Alright, we'll be off. Cool. So, we now have the Temple of Perrin to explore, and much like with all of the other maps, we can kind of just fill this one in by walking around, which is pretty sweet. But I think we are at a good spot, so tomorrow we will come back and explore more of the Temple of Perrin. So I will see you guys then.